where do the Amish buy their guns? So we had a guy in the neighborhood that would make these out of a 1/2-inch plywood or OSB. This one's OSB. And put a piece of 1/2-inch electrical conduit, gray electrical conduit on the end there. And zip tie the barrel to the frame and spray paint it black. Because, you know, it had to be black if we were Amish. So, yeah, so it's kind of tricky because when you go to fire, it doesn't have a trigger. So you have to load it, and it's like a muzzle loader. We can't have any shells because we're Amish. That's too much technology. So we put that, drop it right there in the barrel. And then this is the tricky part. You kind of have to give it a wind up, almost kind of like you're fishing. I missed it. It's really hard to hit anything. I will say that. I was never really that successful. I mean, here, I will show you. So I originally made this prop to look like a Mossberg 500, like the one I have. And I traced it out on a piece of OSB, and then I had some 1/2-inch conduit laying around that I zip tied to it. I was going to make a TikTok video with it. But then I was just like, you know what? This looks way too realistic. I might be able to get away with this on YouTube. That's what, you know, this video is only going to be on YouTube. But that's what I did when I had about 20 minutes of time on my hands and a piece of scrap OSB and a piece of 1/2-inch conduit. If anybody's interested in this thing, let me know. I don't know. Should I start making these for like yard ornaments? Hang on your wall in your garage? You know? It looks real. It looks cool. God bless y'all. Oh, and to answer the original question, where do Amish people buy their guns? My dad bought me a Mossberg 500 that looked pretty close to this when I was about 14 years old, and I harvested all my deer with that same gun. And I've only used it for hunting, you know. And he bought my older brother a shotgun at Walmart about 5 years before then. But I don't know what the laws were back then versus now. Because the Amish do have IDs. They have state-issued IDs that are recognized at official places. They have to go to the proper channels to get the IDs, and then they don't have a photo. So some places will honor those, some might not. It's hard to say. It's hard to say how that works, but they are officially registered IDs, you know. And I know that in some Amish communities now they do allow them to have a photo ID just for the purpose of identification. That's the only picture that they are allowed to take, and it's because it's considered necessary, if that makes sense. But yeah, this was just a prop that I made. I've never known an Amish guy who built a gun out of plywood and conduit, but I decided to be the first. God bless you all. I hope you enjoyed this video.